Today we have Sreenidhi the CEO of Embark Women and an active speaker of women in technology. So good to have you here, Needhi.
Yeah, it's really nice meeting you.
Thank you for the opportunity and having me here.
Needhi, tell us about your journey that led you to where you are now. Did you face any hurdles in your career? Yeah.
So currently, I came to United States in 2015 with just me and no connections. And I came here and I studied I did my studies, and then when it came to job search, I started looking around for women in tech and women in business, because usually if women support each other and I get really good networking options. But in the small town I stayed in, which is Tyler, Texas, we could not find anybody. So there were women, but there was not a dedicated group towards this. So my co-founders and I decided, if there is no space, then we create a space. So that's literally how it started. It was just like, hey, do you think we should create a space? Yeah, we should. Cool. So and then after we had like this user review stuff where we put out a meet request in the meetup group. That was our earliest iteration here. So we wanted to see how many people would be interested. And in the first meeting, which literally took place today, 4 years ago. So it's a 4-year anniversary.
Congratulations!
Yeah, thank you.
That's so cool. Okay.
Man, can't imagine. So like literally 4 years ago today, we had 50 women mentors and people who are already established in businesses reaching out to give support. So that means we knew that there were women trying to give support, and but we just needed a place for it. Therefore, what happened, we started doing events. We started gathering people so that they can network and have like a good opportunity. And that's how my journey started. And then slowly, obviously, when we started the first year, we did a lot of methods that would fail, so that we can learn as we made events. So we did a lot of practical training, networking sessions. We had something called a favorite failure panel. It's my favorite. So we just talk about failures to normalize failures. And then last year pandemic hit, and we did not know what to do. Like everyone, we were scrambling. And then after a year of just research and figuring out what we want, they finally called me and said, hey, you want to be a CEO? And I was like, yeah, of course I do. I love.
Wow.
The power is amazing. I just go around saying I'm CEO.
Wow, that sounds cool. And how many members do you have as for now?
So currently the Facebook group has 800 members, both women in tech and women in business. And we are trying to roll out a membership through our website, embarkwomen.org. So since I'm the new CEO, a lot of things are going to be changed and restructured. So I'm very excited.
And what's the main purpose of Embark Women?
So Embark Women was set up for practical training and networking opportunities, and just a place for women to meet and share their growth and journey, be it personal or professional.
Yeah, right.
So when we started Embark, it was mainly focused towards business in the beginning, because we had like a lot of business students interested in getting to know what happens, and women who were interested in starting their own businesses and did not know where to go. So we started with practical training for women in business there. So we would give brainstorming workshops, how to set up your own website, where do you track sales, stuff like that.
Okay, interesting, thanks. All right, so you're working with women, and what are your 3 pieces of advice for young women who want to start their journey within the tech space?
That's a good question. So 5 years ago, when I first started, I wish someone had told me this, that it's okay to not know everything. Like life is a journey and you're trying to learn. and you don't have to feel upset about not knowing everything,
Absolutely.
right? It's just you're literally working so you can learn new things. So
Exactly.
and then that is first thing I would say, it's okay, it
Mm-hmm.
doesn't matter. Second one is finding a mentorship. I'm 20, I'm going to be 29 soon, and one thing I lacked, I felt, was a mentor who I can go and talk my goals, to, and figure out, whether I have my career trajectory proper, and how can I personally develop more. So that was a struggle, and which last year only I figured out that I need a mentor, and after talking to a lot of people. So finding a right mentor and support system is my second point. And my third point will be, personal development. Invest in yourself, because no one else is going to,
Oh
you're
yeah.
yeah, like your
Yeah.
managers will ask you to develop your certain skill, but if you don't personally invest time in yourself, it's hard,
True.
yeah. So those are the three things I would say. I have like a list of 30, but
That's cool. Okay, thanks,
Cool.
Needhi.
thank
Yeah.
you.
So Nidhi, what do you think we can do to make future women's career easier or better?
Hmm. Future women's career easier. So do you know how like diversity and inclusion are gaining more momentum these days? Like everyone
Mm-hmm.
are like, oh, I want the company to be more diverse, or we want a lot of women in our company.
Right.
So one of the things companies can do is, not just talk about it, have some action also towards it. So going into women in tech spaces in order to recruit women, giving opportunities, to underrepresented communities, and yeah, any LGBTIQ communities, everybody. And going and seeking out these people would help
Mm-hmm.
in, establishing a better percentage of women in the tech industry. But another thing for future of people in tech, future of women, especially in tech, is in tech or any career path, I
Yeah.
feel, is more information available at the in the world, like. So one of the things I've been reading is how high schoolers, when they are pursuing tech, especially women, by middle
Mm-hmm.
school, like 40% dropout, and then in high school like 10% dropout. So into the college, only less percentage of women get
Mm-hmm.
into STEM degrees. So giving the proper guidance in middle school, and not um, what is the word, not discouraging women from pursuing STEM because it's hard, or like, oh, it's a men's field. No,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
giving that right time, the right guidance would help anybody, I feel. So uh,
Absolutely.
giving guidance and more resources for women to know that there are positions in tech for them. And also these days people are trying to come from non-tech to tech industry, which is very easy, I feel. And but there is not a lot of resources provided on
Mm-hmm.
how to make the jump. So these are three like actionable items I feel would help secure women's future in tech more firmly.
Mm-hmm. Sounds good. And it's gonna be my favorite question.
Okay.
Um, Please name one businesswoman that inspires you the most. A
Okay,
business
so
leader.
so this is when you asked me this question, even in written, the only person that came to my mind was Indra Nooyi. She used to be the former
Mm-hmm.
PepsiCo CEO. So while
Mm-hmm.
I was growing up, my dad always used to tell me, like, I want you to be like Indra Nooyi, And I always thought, what is the standard, man? I don't know the standard. This is too much of a standard. But like, since I've heard her name throughout my life, she's automatically a big part of my life. So
Mm-hmm.
she's someone who motivates me a lot. Just can you imagine being a business woman and just women in any sector in the 80s, 90s, and trying to survive in that world? Man, that itself I would say that deserves to be in my top spot. I always tell my mother. My mother also is one of the business women who inspire me. She's been employed all her life. I went through so many hurdles, and she gave me that confidence that I can be an independent career woman and also have a family of sorts. My one family is this right now, so this person over here, my son. So it's just very. I think I get inspired by different women in different phases of my life right now.
Mm-hmm. That's so nice. And I mean, I really love all your answers. Thanks a lot.
Thank